Good morning and welcome to today's class. Today's class is a continuation of our previous classes on indices. In today's class, we shall be taking more examples on the basic laws of indices which we discussed at the previous class. But let's look at those laws which was discussed at our previous class on indices. We said a number is said to be expressed in index form if it is written as a multiple of itself. Having discussed that, I gave you the three basic laws of indices, which we refer to as the addition laws, the subtraction, and the zero index law. In the addition law, we said when you are asked to multiply two indices, b raised to the power of x times b raised to the power of y, we said it is equivalent to b raised to the power of x plus y, and we refer to it as the addition law. We also said that if you are asked to divide one index number by another where the bases are equal, we said you subtract the powers, and we refer to that as the subtraction law. While b raised to the power of 0 is said to be 1 so long as b is not equal to 0. We refer to that as the zero index law. I was able to show you so many examples on these three basic laws, and we shall take more exercises today using these laws so as to familiarize ourselves with the usage. In today's class, we shall take more exercises on the three basic laws of indices, where we are asked to simplify the following. Number 1 says x raised to power 4 times x raised to power 3. And just like what we did, x raised to power 4 times x raised to power 3 can be said to be equal to x raised to the power 4 plus 3. Since the bases are equal, the rule says you add the powers. So this is equal to x raised to power 7. 2 says 3 raised to the power 4 multiplied by 3 squared. Bases are equal, so you add the powers. This becomes 3 raised to the power of 4 plus 2, and this is said to be 3 raised to the power of 6. Most questions will demand you leaving your answers in index form. Otherwise, you attempt to express this 3 raised to the power of 6, and 3 raised to the power of 6 can be said to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so you have to simplify that out. This gives me 9, this gives me 9, and this is also 9. So 9 times 9 will give you 81, and 81 times 9, this gives us 729. Yes, so this is 3 raised to the power of 4 times 3 raised to the power of 2. Why we didn't simplify this is because x is said to be a variable. Question number 3 says 3a cubed multiplied by 2a raised to the power of 4. So just like what we did in the previous example, we are going to first of all multiply out the constant, that is 3 times 2, which is 6. Then we apply law of indices where applicable, because their bases are equal. So this becomes a raised to the power of 3 plus 4, and this can be said to be 6a raised to the power of 7. Example 4, 5 squared divided by 5 raised to the power of 6. Since the bases are equal and we are asked to divide, this gives us an idea of the subtraction law. So this is said to be 5 raised to the power of 2 minus 6. Now, irrespective of which of the digits is bigger, that which comes first is to subtract the second one. So this is equal to 5 raised to the power of 2 minus 6, and 2 minus 6 gives us minus 4 using your number line. So this can be simplified to be 5 raised to the power of minus 4. But I'm going to show you another rule which will simplify this further to be 1 divided by 5 raised to the power of 4. And if you have to simplify this further, this becomes 1 divided by 5 raised to the power of 4. Simply means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to 1 divided by 25 times 25, which is 625. So your answer is 1 divided by 625. You can as well write this as decimals, okay, using your calculator. Example 5 says 12x raised to the power 4 y cubed divided by 3x raised to the power 4y squared. So we are going to divide term by term. Now you discover that we have more than one term. We have a constant term, we have the x term and the y term. So we are going to take them in that order. I'm going to divide constant term by constant term. Y terms will divide themselves as well as that of the x. So this becomes 12 divided by 3, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so x raised to the power 4, applying laws of indices, is going to be x raised to the power 4 minus 4, as well as y raised to the power of 3 minus 2. Okay, so this can be simplified to be equal to 4x raised to the power of 0, y raised to the power of 1. And we know that anything raised to the power of 0 is said to be 1, applying the 0 index law. So this becomes 1 times 4 is 4, and y raised to the power of 1 is y. So our answer becomes y, 4y. Question 6 says 18 times 10 raised to the power of 7 divided by 3 times 10 raised to the power of 3. We are also going to apply that same rule. So this will be equal to bracket 18 divided by 3 into 10 raised to the power of 7 divided by 10 raised to the power of 3. All I did was to group them in like terms. Since these are having the same basis, I have to group them one side while dividing 18 by 3. So this is going to give me 18 divided by 3 is 6 times 10 raised to the power of 7 minus 3 using the subtraction law, and this can be simplified to be 6 times 10 raised to power 7 minus 3 is 4. If you want to simplify this further, it gives you 6 times 10,000, and this becomes what? 60,000. So this is your answer. You either leave it in standard form like this or in ordinary form as 60,000. Number 7 says n raised to the power of 0. N raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. That is our third law, which is the 0 index law. We have to simplify number 8. X times y raised to the power of minus 3. This power is affecting only y, so it has no effect on x. So I'm going to simplify this as x times 1 over y raised to the power of 3, which is equal to, if you put this over 1, this is going to give us x divided by y cubed. So this is your answer. Number 9 is 4 times a raised to the power of minus 1 over 2. This is equal to 4 times, this can be simplified as 1 divided by a raised to the power of half. which is equal to 4 divided by a raised to the power of half. And anything raised to the power of half simply means the square root of that variable. So this can also be written as 4 divided by root a. So you can either leave it in this form or in this form, and your answer will still be the same. Number 10, we are first going to multiply out the constant term, okay? And when you do that, you have 6 times 3, which is 18. 18 times 2, that will be 36. So this becomes 36 x squared, which is x raised to the power of 2 plus 0 plus minus 6. So this is equal to 36x raised to the power of 2 plus 0 is 2, plus times minus is minus. So this is going to be 2 minus 6, and this is equal to 36x raised to the power of minus 4, because 2 minus 6 is minus 4, and I can still write this as 36 times 1 over x raised to the power of 4, which is equal to 36 divided by x raised to the power of 4. So this can be said to be your answer. Question number 11 says r raised to the power of 7 divided by r raised to the power of 7. This gives us r raised to the power of 7 minus 7. Having considered their bases to be equal, this becomes r raised to the power of 7 minus 7 is 0, and anything raised to the power of 0 is said to be 1. So our answer is equal to 1. Question 12 says bracket 5x all raised to the power of minus 3. Now this power is affecting both 5 and x. So you are going to multiply the powers of 5 by minus 3 as well as the power of x by minus 3 when removing the brackets. So this becomes negative power law can simplify this to be 1 divided by bracket 5x cubed, which can be simplified to be 1 divided by 5 cube x cube, and you can simplify this further to be equal to 1 divided by 5 cube simply means 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to 125 times x cube. So this is equal to 1 divided by 125x cube. Question 13. Let me move 13 to a different page, which is 5m times 5 squared. This is 5m squared, I think so. Okay, m raised to the power 5. That is m raised to the power 5 times m raised to the power 2. This is equal to m raised to the power of 5 plus 2, which is equals to m raised to the power of 7. That is for question number 13. So this is 5 raised to the power of 7. For want of space, I had to write it at the other page. While 9a raised to the power of minus 6 times 4a raised to the power of 8 will be equal to, also note that this negative 6 affects only a, so that this becomes 9 times 4. When you multiply out the constant term, it gives us 36. Then apply indices for that of a, it gives us a raised to the power of minus 6 plus 8, and this is equal to 36 raised to the power of a squared. For minus 6 plus 8 is 2. This is equal to 5 times 1 over x cubed. Having applied the negative power law, this is equal to, put this over 1 and multiply out. This gives us 5 times 1 is 5 over 1 times x cubed is said to be x cubed. Question 16 is equal to b cubed times y raised to the power of 0. For y raised to the power of 0 gives us 1 as seen by the 0 index law. So this becomes 5 raised to the power of 3 times 1. And anything multiplied by 1 gives you itself. So this is b cubed. Question 17. We are asked to divide 36t raised to the power of 8 by 12t raised to the power of 6. For 36 divided by 12 gives us 3, and t raised to the power of 8 minus 6, because this is division. Since this is division, it becomes 8 minus 6, and 8 minus 6 gives us 2. So this becomes 3t squared as our answer. Question 18, you multiply out like terms. So this becomes 6 times 7 is 42, while p cubed times r squared becomes p q r squared. So this is our answer. Question 19, we have 4ab cubed to be divided by 3ab. So you apply laws of indices where applicable. 4 divided by 3 still remains as 4 over 3, while a raised to the power of 1 minus 1 times b raised to the power of 3 minus 1. For the power of b is 1 and that of a in this place is also 1. So when you simplify this gives us 4 over 3. A raised to the power of 1 minus 1 is 0. For 1 minus 1 is 0. That means that a raised to the power of 1 minus 1 is a raised to the power of 0, and a raised to the power of 0 is 1. So 4 over 3 times 1 is 1, leaving us with b raised to the power of 3 minus 1. That becomes 2. So our answer becomes 4 over 3b squared, which can be written as 4b squared over 3. So this is your answer. Question 20. We have 4x cubed to be multiplied by x raised to the power 5 times 5 raised to the power of x squared. So you multiply out the constant. This becomes 4 times 1 times 5. That becomes 20. X raised to the power of 3 plus 5 plus 2. You only apply the law of indices where the bases are the same. So this becomes 20x raised to the power of 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So our answer becomes 20x raised to the power of 10. That brings us to the end of today's class. In today's class, we have been able to solve more exercises applying the basic laws of indices. Thank you for participating in today's class. We advise that you like our videos as you watch, while you share to your friends, and also use the comment section to interact with us on how you feel about our classes. Thank you very much, and do have a nice day. We also advise and encourage you to also subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thank you, and do have a nice day.